Hey guys, Andy here, and welcome back to our channel. And make sure you subscribe and smash the like button. And today we'll be going over if the takedown in interest rate will increase housing price or lower it, and also are we in a housing recession already, and why realtors are quitting the field. Let's take a look at this article here from Wall Street Journal. The title is "Home Sales Ticked Up in November After 5 Months of Decline." Home buying affordability fell in October to the worst level since 1985, but has improved slightly since then. And if we scroll down, guys, we can see a pretty good chart here where it shows you 3.8.2 million in October, where the average was higher here in 20. And if you go back, it's definitely extremely low. So we don't have the amount of homes that we need to be sold. And just from a basic supply and demand standpoint, we're going to need this to rise. This is going to have to come up. We're going to have more available home for sale for prices to go down. And the way it's looking right now, we don't have the amount of home that's needed to the amount of demand in order to bring these prices down. And with the takedown in interest rate, new building permits for single family homes have hit their highest level since May of the previous year. This signals a significant upswing in home construction. This is a result of the declined mortgage rate, with the average 30-year mortgage rate dropping from 7.07% to 6.83%, have sparked interest among potential buyers. But, although it's still high, going back to June levels, it is expected to bring out some buyers because some of the affordability, it's a lot better than it used to be. So that's bringing, more buyers. Now, I also believe the title of the article is a little bit misleading because the overall homes that are being sold on new construction is not existing home. This is a perfect home builder opportunity. The market, since interest rate is so high with brand new home, only about 4% more expensive than an existing home. So home builders are benefiting from the scarcity of the existing home sale, leading to a notable increase of 21.8% in mortgage application for new home. So homes sales are increasing, but it's pretty much towards new construction, which is just 4% more expensive than the average home. You can see, but the inventory of home sale remain usually low, keeping home prices near record high. Many home buyers with low mortgage rates are choosing to stay put because it would be too expensive to buy a different house at a higher interest rate. Home builders are the only one benefiting of this. And also, the existing home is another advantage for home builders is that despite slightly a tick down in mortgage rate, existing home sales haven't seen a significant rise. The inventory of existing home for sales remain low, likely due to home ownership, hesitating to sell or lose their lower mortgage rate. So nobody wants to trade in a 3% rate for 7%. So everyone is pretty much staying put. And if we scroll up a little bit and we see this here, this is the average cost of a home. And it's slightly been increasing. It stays stagnant here a little bit, but it's still pushing up because people in existing homes are not selling their home, which is good for builders. So builders are enjoying the benefit of that because everyone is buying brand new construction home. And if you see an existing home out there, it's pretty much the same price of a brand new home. So everyone's flocking to a brand new home. And with a slight decrease in interest rate, which gives affordability a little bit, and also home builders are getting pretty creative with the loans, more people are able to afford a new construction home instead of a regular existing house. And if we scroll down here to this article, we could see this is a couple who bought a home in Georgia. We keep scrolling down, you see the share of the first-time home buyer in the market was 31% in November, up from 28% year earlier. About 27% of November existing home sales were purchased in cash, up 26% in the same month a year ago. So home builders have benefited this year from shortage of existing home in the market. I do have another article to share with you guys, and here it is. And if we scroll down, well, if we look at the title, it says housing heats back up for new construction for actual homes, existing home sales. We could see, although the rate have fell down a little bit, it's still steep. It's much better than, the 23 hours, 7.9 registered in October, but it's still a really high interest rate. As we could take a look at this chart, it's a 30-year fixed mortgage. As we can see, it was relatively extremely low here, early 2021, and it kind of climbed back up after the Federal Reserve started raising interest rate to keep up with inflation, to slow down things, to level everything out. And housing is pretty much one of the main part of the CPI inflation report. So housing have to go down in order for inflation to cool down. So if we scroll down a little bit, we see the lock-in effect, where homeowners are unwilling to sell or give up the much lower mortgage rate they are paying persists. That's likely would continue to at least some degree if the mortgage rates fell by another percentage point. So people are still locking in effect. That little tick down in interest rates is not really motivating the existing homeowners to sell their house as of yet. So we have to see interest rate take a tick down. For home builders, it's, again, counts as more good news. So everything is leading to home builders, new construction. So these are the people who are benefiting of the housing the high interest rate right now, home builders and their stock has been skyrocketing because of that. And we can see the new home mortgage purchases were up 21%. This article could be a little bit, misleading as you think all the housing market in total is eating up, but it's pretty much a specific area, which is new construction. So I do have another article to touch base with you guys again, which is this one right here, where it says, okay, the housing market slowed down, is rippling through the economy. So this is another side of the housing market that was not being covered. So if we scroll down, we can see there are home around the housing market. There are home around builders. There are different economy set up against other type of the industry. So if we look here, many Americans don't want to move. Give the same thing to the previous other article, very similar. A Home Depot chief financial officer, the high cost of borrowing letting people to put off remodeling. So people are not really remodeling their homes anymore. As we can see, lower spending hits job, less spending on housing mean less need for workers in the industry that are closely tied to the real estate market. So there's industries tied to the real estate market, such as retailers for furniture, electronics, and home improvement stores. So employment is down across the industry as overall because the housing economy, the housing market is staying still. So no existing homes not being filled. People are just buying new homes. So people are not upgrading, renovating because of the higher borrowing costs. So people are not taking equity on their home to refinance and then make their house look nice or do whatever they need to do to make the house a little bit more comfortable since they can't sell it or buy another one, trade it for a higher interest rate. Many real estate agents are now, rethinking their job. Service related to housing will definitely need a recession, said Thomas Simon Sr., U.S. economist at Jefferies. Rebuilding construction momentum, spending on construction of new home, remodeling, and existing your home shot up in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic, but as many Americans sought to improve their living during the lockdown, the activity has cooled down. That's Federal Reserve raised rates. So Federal Reserve is raising rate to cool down inflation. As we can see, construction spending has slowed down. This was the peak over here, May 2022, and it kind of lowered down, kind of cooled down a little bit. Who knows how low it might go? We don't know, but it did pick up extremely fast after the recession. People had money, low interest rate, stimulus check, we name it. The housing permits, seed permits being pulled from year to year. So it did slow down here. It's kind of ticked up a little bit because of the higher interest rate. More permits for new home are being pulled. So if we scroll down, so this is pretty much leading to the same thing as far as like builders are the only one benefiting. And any servicing around real estate have slowed down. Some companies are doing layoffs around the real estate market. People are not buying, furniture, home improvement, everything else significantly slowed. So that side of the economy is in a recession. I would say the home industry or retail or furniture or home improvement area is in a recession. And that has stopped until housing start moving again. I don't think that's going to pick up. And a lot of real estate agents are reconsidering their position at the moment and reconsidering their job because they're not making any sell because everything is at a standstill. So, and we could see here, I think another part of this chart is we can see existing home sale decline to the lowest level. That's the prediction, supply and demand. The more demand that comes in the market, if we get a flood of demand, then the real estate prices has to drop. So we waiting for the Federal Reserve to drop interest rate. Without interest rate going down, we would not see a takedown in home prices. That's all for today, folks. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. And thank you for watching. I will try to do my best to bring you more articles, to bring you more research, more analysis on the overall housing market and also the overall economy so we can keep you updated. Please like and share and subscribe and see you next time. Thank you.